TechMW.
Okay, hopefully the last day of this project. So we've got some beautiful decoration on top there. It's my 960. It looks quite beautiful up there. Our fantastic Mac flashed, hence the sticker, I guess. GTX 980 has arrived. Hopefully this thing is working. It's worth noting as well that because this thing is Mac flashed, not only will it just work as a normal graphics card, we'll also get the normal boot screen, which is awesome. Let me just take out this bracket first. Some of you might be wondering why I chose a GTX 980, and that is because we've got two 6-pins, okay? Two 6-pins, and the GTX 980 happens to be another two 6-pins. I wanted to be able to plug it in without having to use any adapters or anything like that. Anyway, let's take this card out. Hopefully this thing will just kind of slot in. Unfortunately, because of the Mac Pro's design, we have the GeForce GTX logo upside down, which is a bit annoying. Anyway, it's in, and it's a blower style card as well, which means if we shut the case, it won't just exhaust hot air into the chassis, so that's pretty good. Let's pop this thing back in because we knocked it out, and we are good to go with our GTX 980. Glowing light, beautiful. Card is working to some degree. I also knocked my 960 over, so let's just... Oh, this looks pretty cool, actually. And look at that. We should... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What is this? Okay, I think it might be displaying what was going on in the background because as you can see, it's now fine. I think it's just like an unhidden version of all the code you see as the Mac boots, so that seems to be fine. We have a boot selector. Beautiful. We'll obviously get into macOS and just make sure the drivers are registering. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, no. Tell me this isn't a dead graphics card. Are the, oh, I am very glad. It just defaulted to the macOS graphics driver, that's why. That was really weird. All graphics acceleration was just gone, and I thought the card might be faulty, but it seems to be, yeah. Should be fine. Yeah, it's just the normal code. Yeah, okay, cool. And yeah, look at that. We've got the normal dock. Oh yes, GeForce GTX 980, 4096 megabytes. Okay, this system has the potential to be a very compelling gaming PC. Take out the fact that this is a Mac. As a PC for this money, I've only spent about 200. This is actually a pretty decent gaming PC. So let's run Unigine Heaven and see how powerful this graphics card is. So I'm gonna run it on my pretty standard settings. So we've got Ultra, Extreme, Disabled, times 8, 1920 by 1080. Okay, Unigine Heaven's running pretty smoothly actually. 42-ish FPS. We are using OpenGL and not DirectX, so I'm not expecting the same level of performance as we would get in Windows. So in a minute, I will be installing Windows and doing that as well and trying that test again. Now the fans are spinning up. That's not the graphics card, that's this fan here. It's obviously very sensitive at keeping the GPU cool, which is actually a good thing because it's basically just flooding that area with cool air. And just for giggles, I'm going to run the same test on the iMac Pro at the same time and we'll have a look at them side by side. This might be a close comparison. Let's benchmark both of them and see what result we get. Okay, so as you can see from both systems here, the performance gap isn't that big. Both of these systems look quite smooth, you know. So if you see this, 53 FPS on the iMac Pro, 37 on the GTX 980. So there's not a humongous difference between them, but to be fair, that's to be expected. I think I measured this to be about the same as a 980 Ti, so that would make sense with the results we're seeing here. But you think about the price difference. This was 950, this is about 200, and it's performing 4/5 as good. It's performing 80% as good graphically. Like, that is very impressive, as long as you don't factor in things like the power consumption and all of that. And there is a reason why I bought the iMac Pro, because of the screen and everything. But it's good to see this kind of performance out of a Mac for so cheap as well. Okay, so as a comparison here, we've got 1669 on the iMac Pro with the Pro Vega 64, and we've got 1274 over here on the Mac Pro with the GTX 980. Okay, so that is about what I was expecting. This is about 75% as fast as the iMac Pro, which is reasonable. If you assume that a 980 is about 75% as fast as a 980 Ti, that pretty much makes sense. Okay, it's time for hopefully the final stage of this project. We are going to install Windows 10. Okay, I've got my bootable Windows 10 hard drive here, and we're going to install it right now. Okay, so I've just realized that we are not going to have much space on this SSD because we're already dividing it up by 2 for Snow Leopard and High Sierra. I'm running Snow Leopard because of PowerPC stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to install Windows 10 on a completely different SSD and use that instead. And that is exactly what we want to see right now. Not just the Windows logo, but also the progress wheel underneath, because a lot of time when you boot with EFI, it just sticks on the logo and doesn't do anything. So that is a very good sign. As long as we can get into the selector like that. Right, so we're looking for drive 0 is this. Okay, now I'm hoping it does let me install. Yes, yes. All right, I just hope I'm installing to the right SSD, otherwise this is going to be a bit of a problem. Uh-oh, that's not good. Windows 10 Pro, yes, yes. Okay. Oh, and it just doesn't want to do it. Okay, I looked up a solution. For some reason, if you pull all the other drives out, it starts working. And we finally got there. That actually took a really long time because there was a problem with the EFI and it just would not get to this screen for a while. But we got there. Okay, let's go through the setup, get drivers going. We are fully in Windows and all of our hardware is up and running. So we've got our GTX 980 and our Xeon. And there it is, 32 gigs of RAM. Beautiful. So let's install Unigine Heaven and we'll give it another test. And hopefully, using DirectX 11, we'll get a better result. Okay, we're immediately running this better on DirectX 11 than OpenGL did in macOS. So we were looking at about 40 FPS on the first simulation in macOS, whereas we were looking at about 48, 49 on here. So let's run this benchmark and hopefully we'll see a better score. There we go, and look at that. About 300 points higher than it scored in macOS. So that is a much, much better result there for you. So there we go. We have a very affordable Mac Pro gaming PC. Now, while I agree, you might be able to do better for this by buying an actual PC, I actually don't think this is very far off. We've got the performance of an i7-4770K with more cores and more threads. We've got a GTX 980, which is going to use up quite a lot of that budget. And then obviously we've got 32 gigs of RAM. You don't have to use 32 gigs, but it's just nice to have. And then you've got the two 1 terabyte hard drives, plus the SSD, plus the 980 watt power supply. All of your cooling is already in there for you. So I actually think, in terms of value for money, this is actually better than a gaming PC. Plus the fact that you can run macOS and iMovie and all of that. Maybe we'll do a PC Wars series in the future where we explore that and we try to build a gaming PC for £200 that outperforms this. Let me know if you want to see that. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching this episode of TechMW. I hope you enjoyed it. A bit more of a creative, hands-on episode. Don't forget to join the Discord server. It's a fantastic place where everyone hangs out and it's just beautiful in general. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this one and I'll catch you in the next video.